words I'm keeping to myself when you're looking at me sideways. Some days are hard to forget.
You're hiding.
So I hope you like that intro of me not drinking tea. But come by. Should I put it here? Our little beauty studio?
Mommy, what do you need?
I think I'm gonna try to knit for the first time. Okay, so my daughter's gonna join us too. I wanted to try to knit for the first time. Her grandma, my mommy, gave me some of this wool for Christmas, and she gave me this color and this color. Very gentle. I think I need to get a comb so that I can like maintain it, but it's colossal wool from Iceland, I believe, which is where Hope.
I like Hope.
You like Hope? Makes it, I believe. I can fact check that in a moment. Yummy and delicious and beautiful. I don't want it to touch the ground because I plan to basically never wash it and just maintain it. So I saw several people making a similar cardigan, and I think they were size small, which I'm about 2, and they all said they used about 1,200 grams, I believe, and these are 500 grams. So I bought 3 more.
I said cut the one, but the money one.
You heard her, but you're not listening. And then yellow and pink.
I like it.
You like it? I think the first 2 orders of business are color story and research, because I need to figure out how I'm actually going to put this together. And I really hope this is enough wool. If it's not, I'm gonna kill them. I made blankets with some really thick yarn before, and yeah, usually to make it a good size I need about, I want to say 7. So I guess if I am making a cardigan, maybe this would be enough. Okay, let's do color story first because that's gonna be more fun. You having fun? Aww, love spending time with you, baby.
Thank you, Mommy.
What? Of course. I just feel like this one stands out. Like, I feel like all of these go together well, but this one stands out. Honestly, if I could just use these and then use this one for like the little extra decal I want to do at the end, that would be perfect. But it would suck if I need this one and then I don't add it to like the very end. Okay, I think I found one I like. Okay, we're gonna get started soon. I'm gonna open one. I'm very nervous. Tiniest complaint. This is called Buttery Yellow. And it does look like some butters, but I usually consider Buttery Yellow to be a bit more pastel because that's my favorite shade and yellow's my favorite color. So I'm just like the slightest bit picky about my shades of yellow, but I still think this is beautiful.
No giggle.
Okay, so it's kind of like a slip knot, but slightly different. And then I think you just keep pulling it through. You like knitting?
I like a nip.
Oh, you like my nails? Oh, thank you. I did them myself.
I like a nip.
Thank you. Oh, you're so sweet. I like your hair. I think I'm reaching a flow state. However, me, it just doesn't look like theirs. Like, I don't know. But I'm doing what they're doing, so I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. I don't know if we're making the back panel first or what. I'm gonna be so honest, I am not really enjoying any of these tutorials. I feel like they miss out on things that they shouldn't be missing out on, and then just talking about things that they should be talking about, or I feel like they didn't actually make the sweater look like it. I don't know. I'm just like, I'm kind of struggling because like I don't really like these tutorials, and that's why I made my own tutorial for like a crochet project. Eventually I just so I'm kind of fucked. And if this was crochet, I would know exactly what to do, but I'm pretty sure crochet would take like triple the yarn. Okay, so she's doing her own measurements. I like that. That's close to crochet for me. This feels better. Nobody so far has said that yet. So shoulder, I like to get specific with it, I guess, is how I like to do things. I'm like, I want to know exactly what I'm doing, exactly where to stop, exactly where to sew, exactly everything. if I don't know what I'm doing. Like being new to knit, like when I was new to crocheting, I was like, you need to tell me everything. Now, not so much. I can finish a tutorial and I'm like, I know how I want to finish this. But I think if you're making a tutorial, it should be in depth. What if we're the same measurements for everything? That has happened to me before. So I'm going on the next row now, but I'm going to try to keep it looser now if I can. Honestly, having nails is kind of nice for this because it's helping me like part the colossal yarn. It's like big tweezers. My fingers. My knowledge of crochet is definitely helping me here because I feel like otherwise tension and like chains would all be so confusing to me. At least I think I understand that much.
I don't want my fucking tits on the screen.
He's sensitive about his tits. He thinks they're not big enough.
Get me the fuck out of the shot.
Progress report. It does look knit to me. I think it's looking good. I did a color change. I don't know how you tie these off or anything. I'm about to add this color, and I did have to order more. So I did also watch that video of that girl who talked about what she didn't like about the yarn, and I have thoughts. So we will leave thoughts, prayers, and the results for the end. But for now, let's keep knitting. Now, we look kind of like we just had sex, low-key.
I mean, I do. You look cute.
Aw, thank you, babe. He did say he thought I looked cute.
How about Perks of Doom Wallflower?
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Let's watch it. Good daddy.
That Ezra Miller. I love Ezra Miller.
Also, I do want to say that I call him daddy now because he is a daddy to our daughter.
She is just so horny. You, not our daughter. I didn't. The way that you finished that sentence made.
I don't even know if I don't even think I can add that.
You have to cut that out. I was saying you're so horny, not anything to do with our daughter. Jesus Christ.
Oh my gosh, no. But we had a kid together, and so I started calling him daddy around our kid because I was like, oh, go ask daddy, daddy. And so now I call him daddy, like, endearingly because he is a father to our child. I just didn't want people to watch this and think I was being gross, and then you said that. Yeah, I know you're probably here thinking, wow, she did so much work. No, I gotta frog it. It's just way too big, and I would have to probably buy two more extra than I already bought of yarn to make this work. But look at how big this is. And like, I'm sad I have to frog it too because it's like colossal yarn, so I don't want it to get all fuzzy and stuff all over it. But I kind of have no choice. But look at this. This is literally like the size of the blanket, and it's supposed to be the back panel. And I should have stopped sooner, but I just think I didn't know. And I also think I like loosened my tension maybe or something. I don't know. I've never knit before, so I'm like learning as I go, and it's like difficult and all this. But let's begin the process of frogging. So I literally started on the front panel before I was just like, this is just not gonna work. And I think too, the person that was making the tutorial was definitely using smaller yarn than me. But I was trying to make my measurements correct and everything, but it's difficult out here. I really don't want to restart. I'm honestly super sad to do this. I'm going to be really gentle. This is probably going to be a process in and of itself.
Abby, 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 poop. Abby, 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 poop. Abby, 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 poop, 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 poop.
Okay, so I actually finished off one side. I just hunkered down for like 2 hours, maybe not even, and I got a lot done. This looks the size of like an actual chunky cardigan and not like the huge thing I had. I'm really glad I did this. I am noticing it definitely looks like I used it, frogged it, and then used it again, unfortunately. But let's get started on the second front panel, and then we'll get started on the sleeves. And then eventually we will be done. Okay, I have a little more left, but I'm gonna stop before I start the sleeves. I want you to try on what I have so far. I'm gonna be very gentle.
How's it look? That's the $300 sweater.
Like $500. It's definitely stretching way more than I thought. I could have probably made it a lot shorter. But it is meant to be oversized too, actually. The back. Hey, but I think my stitches aren't, for a first timer, aren't horrible. But I do think it was so dumb that like I chose this as my first knit project before like just trying to learn knitting. God damn, knitting is not, I like crocheting way better. Like casting off is like annoying. Can't imagine having to use 2 needles if I actually did. The one thing I really like is less yarn usage. Like the loops thing, crocheting is so much easier. You only have 1 loop at a time and 1 hook. I miss it. I'm taking the month off of crocheting and I'm focusing on other projects. But, oh, I'm looking at my yarn in the corner. Get into something more comfortable. Okay, you guys, we are in the tail end of it now. We're starting on the sleeves. I got these delivered. Honestly, when I order them, they usually come within like, not within, but usually they come around like a week after I order it, both times. That's pretty fast, I feel like, coming all the way from Ireland, so. Also, these colors are gorgeous. Like, the patchwork pink, I was worried I might find like not be my favorite, but I actually really do like it. And this is just like the prettiest like lilac purple, so I feel like this will make a great addition because my least favorite is probably like the green. But I'm excited to add these colors because I feel like it'll like brighten the sweater up a bit. I ended up doing 12 loops for my back panel, and then these were each 6 loops. So one.
Your old man's hobbling over.
So I think it's finished, and I say finished because I think I am going to add like some of my extra straps in between color changes to kind of look like that sewing effect. And also I do want to get rid of any excess like layaways, and I do think I am going to use some glue just to make sure that like nothing moves. I did also think of making a mini handbag, so I have like several ideas right now. Maybe I'm too ambitious because I don't think all this could come to fruition with what I have left. Here are my thoughts. So I don't have a mini mic like other influencers do, but I remembered I had this karaoke mic, so I thought this would be funny. So that's what we're doing. I finished the cardigan. My final thoughts. I have a lot of thoughts. One, I do kind of think it's too expensive. With one 500-gram colossal yarn, it's about $60 after tax, and then shipping is like $20. So you nearly spend $100 on just one 500-gram yarn. Now the shipping they can't really control, so maybe I won't factor that in and I'll say just more like 60 because like they are international. But $60 is a lot for 500 grams of yarn. And with one, you can only just about make a bag, which is what I did because I had some extra left over, and a tiny, tiny, tiny bag at that. That could only maximum fit like a small wallet and like a phone, which sometimes that's all you need. That's fine. And I did notice when I went earlier that there is a bag kit that you can purchase on their website for like $100-something. And what you get is one colossal yarn, 500 grams, 2 knitting sticks, and then the pattern to make a bag. It's hard though because I do think what they're doing is really cool. I think it's very different, the colossal knits and using roving, which I know it's kind of controversial. There is definitely like, it is already pilling, I think the word is. I'm new to some of this. I've only been a crocheter this far, as I've spoke about. But it's definitely very like fuzzy or whatever. But I did expect that when I bought this, so that's not like the worst thing. It did break at one point when I was using it, and I didn't think I was like manhandling it or anything like that. So the wear and tear is kind of quick, especially for the price. So I almost kind of feel neutral, because I understand like the qualms, but I also like understand a lot of the positives. And I think homemade things are really cool, and people who make their own brands and women-owned businesses, I think it's really cool. I think the fact that Hope has like basically, when I think of Hope MACAULAY, is that how you say it? When I think of Hope MACAULAY, I think of immediately like a cardigan that's bright and beautiful and like big, and like to have your name just be tied to a creative aspect, I think is pretty freaking cool. I also think when you get your own yarn, you can do your own research about what's good, what's not. I didn't do a crap ton of research, so kind of on me. But this cardigan in full is about almost $500, which is kind of stupid on my part, because I'm gonna try my first knitting project with really expensive roving. I never said it was smart. I say this a lot. I never said I was smart. Now, onto my actual feelings. The bag that I made, it's not my favorite. Honestly, I made my daughter like a little Batman crochet bag, and I would rather low-key wear that than that. I think it might just be the color though, because I think a pink mini colossal handbag I would really like, but I think it's just like the green. Maybe it's just not my thing as much. The actual cardigan, I kind of love and hate at the same time, because when I look at the other cardigans, the stitches seem a lot tighter and like a lot more uniform, and very clearly stitches were counted, everything was perfect, whatever. And obviously, as someone who's trying knitting for the very first time and also finger knitting for the very first time, it's gonna just be some not great. So I do wish it looked very uniform and perfect, but it is imperfect. It looks like somebody who maybe doesn't know what they're doing did it, which is me. I am happy I did this though. I think at the end of the day, I feel positive. I think Hope is doing a really cool thing. You don't have to agree with everything somebody does to still think that, which, I mean, I don't know, it doesn't have to be everybody's thing, you know? And I think what she did is really cool, and I think she's exactly the type of person where it's like, I love her shit. I think this process was honestly really fun, really cool, and I got to learn something new. And now I have this cool, new, very different piece out of it. Pieces. I really like the colors. I think the colors are fun and unique. Yeah, I feel pretty positive about everything, even though I made something imperfect, not super uniform. I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. It's not... Sorry. But I feel pretty positive about everything. Maybe, you know, like I probably wouldn't work with roving again in the future. But I would totally die if she made really chunky spun wool into yarn, like really chunky yarn, and then I could use that and like actually like, yeah, like maybe crochet with it or something, you know. And with that, I'm Chicken Queen. This is life. We'll have a good breakfast. Bye.